You've seen their faces light up your screens, scrolled past their photos late at night, and maybe even whispered about them in your group chats. From Netflix crushes to red carpet icons, these stars don't just act, they create mystery. And no matter where you're watching from, New York, Paris, London, Sydney, or anywhere else in the world, here's the real question. Where are you from? Drop it in the comments so we know who's swooning with us tonight. These are the men who keep fans questioning, gossip sites buzzing, and timelines burning up with speculation. They're young, dangerously handsome, and masters at leaving just enough unsaid to keep you hooked. So buckle up because we're counting down the top 5 gay stars who keep fans guessing. And trust me, by the time we get to number 1, you'll understand exactly why the internet just can't stop talking. Jacob Elordi, the tall, dark, and mysterious enigma of Hollywood, 550 words. When it comes to Hollywood's new generation of leading men, few names stir up as much conversation and speculation as Jacob Elordi. Towering at 6 feet 5 inches with his chiseled jawline, intense gaze, and effortless charisma, Jacob has become the epitome of the tall, dark, and handsome archetype. But while his career trajectory has skyrocketed, his private life has remained wrapped in a veil of mystery that keeps fans and tabloids endlessly guessing. From Netflix heartthrob to Hollywood A-lister, Jacob first exploded into mainstream consciousness with Netflix's teen rom-com hit The Kissing Booth, 2018, where his portrayal of bad boy Noah Flynn made him an instant fan favorite. For many, this was their introduction to the Australian actor with movie star looks and undeniable screen presence. But Jacob wasn't content to remain just a teen heartthrob. He quickly pivoted into more complex roles, most notably as the volatile and menacing Nate Jacobs on HBO's critically acclaimed series Euphoria. This was the role that solidified his range, showing the world he could tackle darker, more psychologically intense characters. From there, his career only expanded, with notable performances in Priscilla, 2023, as Elvis Presley and high-profile projects that showcased his growing versatility. The rumors that won't quit. While Jacob's filmography is impressive, it's his personal life that often generates just as many headlines. Fans have long speculated about his sexuality, largely because of his fluid on-screen portrayals and the lack of clarity in his real-world relationships. Despite high-profile romances with co-stars and models, whispers persist that Jacob might not fit neatly into Hollywood's heteronormative mold. Adding to the intrigue, Jacob has never directly addressed these rumors. His silence, whether intentional or simply a desire to keep his private life private, has only fueled more curiosity. Social media threads dissect his every interaction, red carpet appearance, and cryptic comment, trying to piece together a truth he hasn't confirmed. A star who plays by his own rules. Part of Jacob's enduring allure is that he seems uninterested in playing Hollywood's traditional publicity game. While many stars curate their image carefully, Elordi often appears detached from the noise, choosing instead to focus on his craft. He's been outspoken about the downsides of fame, even calling out the invasive nature of paparazzi culture and fan entitlement. This reluctance to cater to public expectations has given him an edge, a sense of authenticity that makes him feel more real than polished, PR-perfect stars. Fans can sense that Jacob belongs to a different breed, an actor who wants to be known for his work, not for his gossip column presence. Drop a 1 in the comments if Jacob Elordi is your number 1 so far. Ross Lynch, from Disney darling to rumor magnet, 550 words. When you think of Ross Lynch, the first images that probably spring to mind are of his Disney Channel days. The sunny smile, the swoopy blonde hair, and his boy-next-door charm. But over the years, Ross has shed his squeaky clean image and stepped into a more complex role, both in his career and in the public eye. With millions of fans dissecting his every move, Ross has become a lightning rod for speculation, particularly when it comes to his love life and those persistent whispers about his sexuality. From Disney stardom to rock frontman, Ross first won hearts as the lead of Austin and Ally, a show that made him a household name among teens. His charisma and musical talents quickly elevated him beyond the small screen, especially as he and his siblings formed the popular band R5, later evolving into the Driver era with his brother Rocky Lynch. The group's sound, sultry, indie, and unapologetically sensual, marked a drastic departure from Ross's Disney roots. Songs and performances often drip with innuendo, leaving fans both intrigued and eager to decode the real Ross. The rumor mill, relationships, and speculation. Despite being linked to several women publicly, Ross has never fully escaped speculation about his sexuality. Social media sleuths point to suggestive lyrics, his fluid fashion choices, and his close, intimate bond with his brother Rocky in the Driver era's artistic expression as evidence of something more. Every shirtless performance clip, every bold Instagram post only seems to fuel the fire. But Ross has never addressed these rumors directly. He lives by a philosophy that art speaks louder than labels, and his fans are left to draw their own conclusions. His refusal to define himself has created a mystique that only makes him more captivating in an era where oversharing is the norm. The Ross-Lynch effect part of what makes Ross so magnetic is the duality he embodies. He can be the sunny, approachable pop star one minute and the enigmatic rocker the next. He teeters between wholesome and sensual, approachable and mysterious. This balance keeps him not only relevant, but endlessly fascinating. Fans can't decide if they want to date him, be him, or simply figure him out. In 2025, Ross remains one of the most talked about young stars who hasn't needed a scandal to stay in the spotlight. The rumors swirl, but Ross stays grounded, focusing on his craft, his music, and his fans. And maybe that's the secret: silence, mystery, and just enough teasing to keep the internet buzzing. Do you think Ross is deliberately playing into the rumors, or is he just living authentically without explanation? Joe Alwyn, the enigmatic heartthrob who stays silent. 550 words. In the glittering world of Hollywood, some stars burn bright by sharing every detail of their personal lives, while others build their mystique by keeping things close to the chest. Joe Alwyn belongs firmly in the latter camp. Known for his tall frame, dreamy blue eyes, and refined British charm, Joe has captured the attention of audiences worldwide. Not just for his acting, but for the swirling cloud of rumors that continues to surround him. From literature student to silver screen star, Joe's story begins not with Hollywood ambition, but with academic curiosity. Before stepping onto the world stage, he studied English literature and drama, sharpening his intellect alongside his acting craft. His breakout role came in Ang Lee's Billy Lynn's Long Halftime Walk, 2016, where he impressed critics with his ability to embody vulnerability and quiet strength. This debut placed him firmly on the radar of filmmakers and fans alike, marking the beginning of a career that has since seen him take on a variety of roles, from historical dramas to indie romances, fame by association, and silence. Of course, Joe Alwyn's name shot into mainstream consciousness largely through his long-term relationship with Taylor Swift. For years, the pair kept their romance under the tightest wraps, only fueling the fascination of fans and tabloids. While their eventual breakup made headlines across the globe, Joe never indulged in the media circus. He didn't give tell-all interviews, nor did he fan flames of speculation. Instead, he let the silence speak for itself, a pattern that has become something of his signature. This discretion has also extended to the persistent rumors about his sexuality. Hollywood watchers and fans on social media have long speculated about Joe, analyzing everything from his fashion choices to his friendship circles. But, much like with his past relationship, Joe has remained silent. He neither confirms nor denies, simply allowing the intrigue to grow around him. A master of ambiguity and roles. Part of what makes Joe so fascinating is how his career reflects this ambiguity. He has never shied away from complex roles that blur the lines between love, identity, and desire. In projects like The Favorite, 2018, and Conversations with Friends, 2022, Joe displayed a knack for portraying characters whose emotional lives are rich, layered, and often tinged with subtle queerness. His ability to step seamlessly into these spaces without ever explaining his choices publicly has only heightened speculation that the characters he plays may echo more than just professional craft. Do you think Joe's silence is his strongest power, or do fans deserve more answers? Let's hear your take below. Anel Elgort, Hollywood's enigmatic heartthrob, Satire 550 words. When you hear the name Anel Elgort, chances are your mind jumps to his breakout role in The Fault in Our Stars, 2014, where he played Augustus Waters, the charming, witty, and tragically romantic character that won over millions of hearts. Since then, Ansel's career has been a mix of blockbuster success, indie credibility, and swirling speculation about his personal life. Few young actors embody the mix of accessibility and mystery quite like him, which is exactly why he remains such a captivating figure in 2025. From teen heartthrob to leading man, Ansel's rise to fame was meteoric. After appearing in Carrie, 2013, and stealing scenes in Divergent, he solidified his place as a bona fide heartthrob with The Fault in Our Stars. His tall frame, boyish grin, and natural charisma made him a Hollywood favorite almost overnight. Unlike many of his contemporaries, Anel wasn't content with just being typecast as a romantic lead. With Baby Driver, 2017, he showed off not only his acting chops but also his physicality and musicality, syncing perfectly with Edgar Wright's unique vision. The role marked a turning point, and no longer just the YA star, but an actor capable of carrying stylish, critically acclaimed cinema. Dual talents, acting and music. One thing that sets Anel apart from many Hollywood stars is his versatility. Outside of acting, he has long nurtured a passion for music. Under the name and solo, he's released electronic dance tracks and performed at music festivals, proving he's more than just another actor dabbling in a side hustle. Music is clearly a core part of his identity, and fans often see him as someone who bridges the worlds of cinema and performance art with equal dedication. This dual career path adds to his enigmatic allure. He's not just the guy you watch on screen, he's also someone whose tracks you might dance to on a Friday night. Rumors and speculation. Like many stars of his generation, Anel has not been immune to rumors about his private life. While he's been linked romantically to women, including his long-term relationship with ballerina Violetta Commichon, speculation about his sexuality has never quite gone away. His fashion choices, expressive demeanor, and boundary-pushing artistic projects often fuel discussions online. What's striking is that Anel has rarely, if ever, directly engaged with these rumors. He remains largely silent, letting his work and public persona speak for themselves. In today's celebrity culture, where many feel pressured to clarify or label themselves, his decision to stay quiet only deepens the mystery and keeps fans guessing. Do you think Ansel's silence is strategic, or is he simply living life on his own terms? Fionn Whitehead, the quiet star who lets mystery do the talking. 550 words. In an era when social media oversharing has become the norm, Fionn Whitehead stands out for all the right reasons. With his sharp cheekbones, soulful eyes, and quietly magnetic aura, Fionn has carved a unique place in Hollywood as an actor who captivates audiences without needing to reveal everything about himself. And in doing so, he has become one of the most intriguing young stars whose name often drifts into conversations and rumors about sexuality and identity. A breakout performance that changed everything. Fionn first caught the world's attention in Christopher Nolan's 2017 war epic Dunkirk. At just 19 years old, he carried the emotional weight of the film almost entirely on his shoulders, despite being relatively unknown at the time. His portrayal of a vulnerable young soldier stranded on the beaches of France showcased remarkable talent and sensitivity, instantly earning him comparisons to Hollywood's finest. That breakout performance launched his career on an international stage. Since then, Fionn has continued to explore unconventional roles, starring in Netflix's experimental Bandersnatch, 2018, the interactive Black Mirror film that became a cultural phenomenon, and in a string of indie projects where his depth and range as an actor only grew clearer. A private life under the spotlight. Despite his growing fame, Fionn has always been intensely private. Unlike many of his peers, he rarely shares glimpses of his personal life on social media. This silence has left fans to do what they do best: speculate. His androgynous style, combined with his openness to portraying queer characters on screen, has fueled persistent rumors about his sexuality. Yet, much like Jacob Elordi, Fionn has never confirmed or denied anything. Interviews with him often highlight how he deliberately sidesteps questions that veer into personal territory, preferring instead to talk about the craft of acting or the projects he's involved in. This quiet refusal to feed gossip has only made him more alluring, and inevitably kept the rumor mill turning. A boldness in role selection. Part of what makes Fionn so compelling is his willingness to dive into roles that explore queerness and fluidity without hesitation. His nuanced performances in such stories have led fans to wonder how much of himself he pours into these portrayals. But whether or not his roles mirror his personal truth, one thing is undeniable. Fionn's boldness in taking them on makes him a trailblazer among young actors who aren't afraid of challenging traditional Hollywood norms. Who else thinks Fionn's refusal to explain himself makes him even hotter? Drop your thoughts below. And there you have it, the top 5 gay stars who keep fans guessing. From Jacob Elordi's brooding mystery to Anel Elgort's unexpected charm, these men prove that sometimes what you don't say is just as powerful as what you do. But now it's your turn. Who's your number 1? Drop it in the comments and don't forget to tell us where you're watching from, because we love knowing how far this fandom reaches. If you had fun swooning with us tonight, hit that like button, share this video with your bestie, and subscribe so you never miss another countdown of the world's hottest, most talked about stars. Until next time, stay bold, stay curious, and keep crushing. We know we will.